Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. We're going to switch straight over now to Uncle James Ali Bashir, who will have, I'm going to hear his views on these gloves that have appeared in the Commissioner's office and his thoughts. Let's see if I can bring Uncle Bashir into the room. Let's get him here. Let's do that there. And good afternoon, Uncle. How are we doing?
Everything's good.
Fantastic. Okay, so I woke you up early this morning. I think I beat you to it this morning instead of you waking me up. And I spoke to you about these gloves. I said, have you seen these gloves? You said, no. So now I've sent you the video over, and I thought, well, there's my opinion, and there's the opinion of somebody who's got 52 years of boxing, and you would have seen a fair few gloves in your time.
I'm going to tell you something right now. The case is that if there is something wrong and Deontay Wilder and his people can prove there is something wrong, that there has to be a lawsuit against the commission that allows us. That's all that I can say.
What?
If the commission, if the approves those gloves, there's nothing nobody can say or do. They have to file a lawsuit. They have to file a lawsuit. It shouldn't be that anybody can call up a company and say, "Oh, I want to put more leverage on the back, on the wrist of the glove, or on the knuckles of the glove." That should not be allowed. It should be a standard glove across the board. Nobody can say, "Oh, I want more concentration on my wrist, or more concentration on my knuckle, or more concentration on my thumb area." No, you have to make a glove a certain way, and the glove should be standard across the area to have adequate, equal gloves.
So, when I brought it up to you before about the gloves and Tyson Fury, Nicholas Asbury and the gloves, which was shown when he went sparring with Tyson Fury, and then the gloves you see now, the Commissioner of Pastor said there's nothing wrong with those gloves. In your professional opinion, had it been you, not Tay Jones in that position, what would you have been saying on behalf of Deontay Wilder?
Ingram, we're still having a problem.
Sorry.
We got to get this audio right, because the people here in the States are complaining about the audio. So we got to find a way to make this audio sufficient, and people
can you hear?
Because there are a lot of.
Can you hear me now, Uncle Bashir?
It's echoing. It's skipping. When you're talking, you're skipping. There's a skip, and then there's echo.
That's odd.
I don't know where, maybe you're coming from Africa, and I'm in the States. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the internet. There's something going on with audio, and it's not good.
It's not good at all. I'm thinking how I can possibly get around this. Can you still hear me, or is it still a problem?
I can hear you, but there's an echoing.
It shouldn't be an
sure
echo.
It's happening here.
Let me see what I can do, because it's not right. We need to fix this audio. Because I've really... Okay, just let us know from your stuff, what would happen if you were in that position?
I really don't know. You know, I've never been confronted with that. You know, I've always checked the gloves, and the gloves are always right. I think the gloves, again, have to be standard across the. You can't. Nobody should be able to call up a glove company and say more concentration on the knuckle, metacarpals, wrist. Nobody should be able to do that. That's when the door opens for corruption.
So there's something. So there's something definitely wrong with those gloves, in your opinion.
Well, the people said that the gloves were soft in the knuckle area. He said that the gloves they had been worn before, or that they had been beaten to a position, and the gloves should be rigid. New gloves are supposed to be kind of hard. In the knuckle and wrist area, they should be hard. There should be a when they feel it, but no gloves should be soft. should be solved.
What can Deontay Wilder do? Because I understand Wilder is now going to be using horsehair gloves, EVERLAST X.
Wilder's going to do what?
Horsehair gloves he's using tonight, EVERLAST X.
If I was, I would do the same glove that Fury does. You want to do that there? We use the same gloves. And I'll call the company and order my gloves the same way that you order yours. Then it's a level. But if he doesn't do that there, then, you know, there's nothing nobody can do.
So the first fight.
I'd file a lawsuit. Against the commission saying that, you know, these gloves are inadequate, and we're going to file a lawsuit. We're going to get it that Tyson Fury is using. We're going to take a few gloves. We're going to get everything we can, all the information we can, and then file a lawsuit. That's the only thing that you can do. The only thing that you is file a lawsuit against the commission. If you think the gloves are inadequate, you got to file the lawsuit.
The gloves that Deontay Wilder will be wearing are called EVERLAST MX. They're horsehair gloves because he MX EVERLAST.
MX, well, that's his preference, you know. That is his preference. But Tyson Fury has.
Do you consider those?
That they can,
do you consider those gloves illegal?
Well, I got a base. I'm not. I can't.
Uncle Bashir will be back with us in a moment. Let's get back here. Okay, Uncle Bashir will be back in a moment. So the case is Uncle Bashir is basically saying that these gloves are not right. They're too soft and too mushy, and they need to be hard. So do you hear it from the expert himself, Uncle James Bashir? Let's get him back into the house and get back into the room. I don't know what's happening yet. He's reconnecting. I hope you can hear us at this. So you're not hearing this from anybody. You're hearing somebody who's had 52 years experience in boxing, somebody who's the right-hand man to Emanuel Steward, to hearing it from the best, one of the best in the business. MX are supposedly a blended glove, horsehair foam, definitely known as a puncher's gloves. So all those people out there who were questioning the gloves, well, there you have it. And I mentioned earlier about a lawsuit that should be presented. And now you're having Uncle James Bashir repeating exactly the same words, a lawsuit. And I said, at the end of this, we're going to see Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 4 in the courtroom. I said it already. From now you'll see it here. You know, and we're getting it from an expert, really interesting stuff. Steve UPSHER is in the house. Dealer Boxing. Okay, let's get Steve UPSHER in the house. Let's see if we can get Stevie UPSHER in the house. Let's see if I can get him in as well. Hold on, let me see if I can get Stevie in as well. Uncle, Stevie UPSHER would like to join us.
All right. And see if Stevie is having any interference.
Okay, we'll see. Let's get Stevie in. Stevie, I've just sent you a link, buddy. I've sent you a link. So you come in and join us as well. So, Uncle, if you just share your thoughts, continue to share your thoughts while we wait for Stevie.
There's not much that you or I can say. The commission has issued their opinion, and in the end of the day, their opinion is what's going to take place that's going to supersede every other action. Now, whether the commission is right or wrong, I don't know. What if Deontay Wilder and his people feel that they're wrong? Where's Shelly Finkel? Where's he at? The manager should be stepping up to the plate saying, these gloves are not right. You know, Shelly Finkel has been around boxing a long time.
Wow.
He's got to step up and say, this is right or this is wrong. He's a manager. But I don't hear nothing from Shelly. I don't hear from Malik and Deontay.
Maybe they're going to wait until afterwards, where I think there's going to be a court battle after this. That's maybe why they're keeping their mouth shut. And not
well, what they have to do is they have to take the gloves from each guy directly at the fight. I would have an attorney there, and I would have an attorney and say, I want those gloves. I want to take charge of the gloves. Don't let the gloves get mixed up in the post-fight hoopla. As soon as the fight is over, they should have people there in the ring to take the gloves and seal them. Seal them with nobody.
Low.
Pardon me?
Showtime.
We talked. Hey.
Showtime. What's going on?
What's up? Nothing. I'm here at the horse stable, actually.
Fantastic. Horsing around. Oh, could you get some horsing for the gloves?
I'm horsing around.
I think it's a bit of bad taste at the moment. On the subject of horse hair and the subject of gloves, have you seen those gloves?
I actually just seen a pair of them in there in the stall. That's see. No. No, but I seen all of it, but it's like, come on, like, stop trying to have a built-in excuse of why you're gonna get your ass whooped again. Like, okay, the gloves, whatever. Make Tyson wear 16 ounces. He's still gonna get him out of there. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and one thing that they do, and I don't know why everybody is they're boxing experts. When you go and pick gloves, there's always that same pair for the other guy as well.
Yeah.
So, in big fights, there's always, if you can't wear them if you don't have a pair that other guy can wear. If he chose to want to wear the same ones as you.
I said there's 3 pairs of gloves, so I understand.
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's because, hey, Bash, remember when Eddie fought VLADIMR? Remember his thumb ripped on his, so they stopped it and they used another pair of his gloves. There's extra gloves. It's rare that it happens that they have to do that, but they had to stop the fight and use a spare pair of gloves. So you have a first pair, a second pair, and sometimes they do a third pair. I never knew that they did a third pair, but they did a second. They always do a second pair. I know that for sure. But also. There has to be, like, if I brought some gloves that I want to wear for the fight, I also have to bring another pair in case my opponent wants to wear those same gloves. You know what I mean? Looks like there was a lot of those same gloves there.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed was I've heard people talk about a safe. There's a safe where a pair of boxing gloves are kept. Is that true? Or is that a conspiracy?
Not necessarily. Like, they might have them in the office. Like, when they come through, like, FedEx or whatever, because that's happened when I fought Andre Berto. EVERLAST was supposed to be sending me these gloves. I think they were Pro Lock or something like that. But then Berto and them switched it last minute. Oh, we want to wear 10 ounces. So now I can't wear those gloves that I wanted to wear from EVERLAST. So those just go to waste, and I had to wear whatever they had. I had to wear the Grant gloves that they had there, which I didn't mind. It don't matter. It didn't matter to me. But, like, the gloves go to the commission, and then you'll see them after the press conference or the weigh-in.
Okay, so now Wilder's going to be using horsehair gloves. I think they're EVERLAST MX. I'm be told EVERLAST MX.
He can he could use Jesus hair gloves, and it ain't gonna help. Like, it don't matter. Like, it does not matter. I'm tired of the excuses. Like, it's making me not ever want to see him again. Like I'm not trying to be it's like, come on, man, shut up and fight. Like, and that's it. Like, there's no other, like, oh, my outfit was too heavy. Mark Breland messed with my water.
Grape juice before one's asking.
You better make sure Mark Breland ain't do nothing to that. I might pass out on the show.
Yeah, because Mark is everywhere.
Yeah, Mark is. Well, he's not at the gym with Wilder, so he could be anywhere.
You better make sure he might not be in your horses. He might be.
You know what? I think
no. Mark is working with Bill Cosby now.
That's what I was just about to say. They had a party chilling.
Hey, but hold on. I know you're making jokes about this, but for what I understand, and while this evidence he's been bringing together has been quite interesting. One of the evidence he says that Mark Breland and Sugar Hill were close because there was a crunk connection. Is that true or not true?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bashir said it's true. Wait. So Bashir said it's true.
When Mark Breland was at the Kronk gym, Sugar Hill was a young kid.
That's what I was just about to say.
So that would have to be really deep, because Mark Breland was already an adult, and Sugar Hill was just a young kid. I mean, Sugar Hill is so young that he could be my grandson.
I mentioned that on the show to people today as well. I've said to people,
Sugar Hill box.
Yeah, he boxed for about 2 rounds.
Uncle, you're savage when you want to be, proper savage.
Look, man, listen. Sugar Hill wasn't no boxer. He was there. I mean, he did a couple of amateur fights or something, but he wasn't cut out for boxing.
Uncle, I've said that you were. I've said people on the show tonight that the next best thing to Emanuel Steward in terms of education in today would be yourself. You were his right-hand man. So I can't understand why people don't appreciate you more. Steve, do you understand that or not?
Well, I guess they think Sugar Hill is the nephew, and Jonathan Banks was trained by him. I guess they, both of those guys could be my grandchildren. So I'm just saying, where's that coming from? So I guess they're saying a protocol of their own.
Steve, do you understand that, Steve?
I guess I'm gonna go with Bashir on this one. I don't know.
Who is going to understand the Kronk system apart from Thomas Hearns, maybe, better than Uncle Bashir?
Oh well, I don't know. I mean,
well, you tell who are the contenders?
Listen. All I'm saying is
that I don't know all.
I don't emulate, nor have I tried to emulate Emanuel Steward's style of training boxers.
Absolutely not. But the experience you've had working alongside him, of course, you're individual precision class boxing is what you do.
Of course. But,
go ahead, Uncle.
Of course. I'm an older guy. I was in there with him for 16 or 17 years. So I know the man up close and personal.
Yeah,
I never tried to emulate his style, because when I came to Emanuel, I had already worked with great trainers. Lee Black, Sam Solomon, You know, Lee Block, Tommy Parks, you know, Carmine Graziano. I have worked with some very, very experienced trainers when I came to Emanuel.
I know that. You say.
Yes. So, I had knowledge. That's what made Emanuel contract me. He gave me a contract and said, I want you to go. And in fact, I was in Don King's camp when Emanuel gave me the contract. All right? I was in Don King's camp. I was just on the verge of working with Don King. But Emanuel offered a better deal. He offered a better contract.
God save
you. And that's what wooed me. That wooed me and took me away from Don King. Otherwise, I would have been working for Don King.
God saved your soul.
Wait, but Don King would have paid him well. King would have paid him well.
Hey, Stevie, don't say that. Don't say that, because when I look back, I said, damn, Emanuel offered a better package at that time. I'm grateful that I went with him because I got exposed to European boxing. Because Emanuel was working with other European fighters, super middleweights and stuff like that. So I got exposed to the European style of boxing, and I gained more knowledge. It was a broader field for me to get knowledge about boxing. So
you look at it like this: you could have ended up like Roosevelt McKinley.
Listen, let me tell you something. Mr. McKinley, by the way, did an interview that has taken the world by storm at the moment. I know it might not be good news to you, but yeah, everyone's kind of celebrating his review of the Joshua thing. So I guess he talked himself up, I guess.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Stacey and I go way back, way back, but we really, really got a better understanding of each other during the time he was in the Mike Tyson camp. And Stacey McKinley did not get a lot of credit, but Stacey McKinley was the nuts and bolts that made Mike Tyson tick. He didn't get a lot of credit, but he was a knowledgeable guy, and he made Mike Tyson tick. All right, Stacey McKinley was like the guy in Mike Tyson camp. That I was the guy in Evander Holyfield's camp. I mean, in Vladimir Klitschko's camp.
Wow.
Okay.
Stacey McKinley was the only guy that would tell Mike Tyson what he needed to do and what he didn't need to do. Everybody else was relatively scared of Mike, but Stacey McKinley
wasn't a yes man.
No. Stacey wasn't no yes man. Stacey come up to Mike and go right after Mike and cut right into him. You understand? And I like that about I was there. I was a witness. Stacey McKinley was the kind of guy that told Mike what Mike needed to know. I couldn't understand it. Why was he going around looking for different trainers when he had the trainer right there? When Emanuel Steward would vacate the camp, and he often left the camp to go to HBO broadcast. When he left the camp, he never left nobody in charge to train Vladimir Klitschko but me. Every single time. There was never a time that he didn't say, Bash, this is what I want you to do. Bash, I need you to do this here with us. Every single time. There wasn't a single time that he left that camp and he didn't say, all right, I'm going to be gone for 2-3 weeks.
They didn't say Jonathan?
No. And look, and Sugar Hill was there too.
I know.
Periodically. He wasn't there all the time. Periodically, he was there. But every single time he left the camp, I was the trainer. All right?
I think he knew. Remember when we were out there when Eddie fought Anime? Remember we were out there at the Crump? Remember Javen was doing a lot of work. I think he knew. He might have knew that Emanuel was sick at that time. I think Emanuel knew at that time. Because Remember
I
he
didn't
kept
peep it.
leaving. Remember he
I
kept
didn't peep
leaving.
it.
Remember he kept
Huh?
leaving, and Javen was working a lot with Andy Lee,
Andy
Tony,
Lee.
and he was working with all of them. And Emanuel was there, you know, rarely.
Yeah, I you know, I didn't, you know, it totally shadowed my head because I was so engrossed in what I was doing with you and with Eddie. It went over my head. And the one time that Emanuel was in the gym when the three of us were there, with you and Eddie was there too. He was in the gym.
Yeah, and you know what he said to me? He told me, he was like, yeah, I told Rob to go ahead and get checked, you know, and he kept on about me getting checked, so I went and got checked. I came back, everything was good, this and that, I'm healthy, fine, whatever. He was wrapping Andy Lee's hands when he was talking to me.
Yeah, I recall that day. I recall it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Somewhere I got pictures of it. Somewhere I got some pictures of it.
Yeah, we have pictures.
You have some?
I'm pretty sure it came up in my memories a little bit ago.
While I'm at it, and while you're talking about Emanuel Steward, I want, because people are quite romancing about what Emanuel Steward said about Tyson Fury, and then what he said about Deontay Wilder. He said Tyson Fury is like, he sounds like the next Muhammad Ali. He's got things like that shadow of Muhammad Ali, and he's got like a showman like Ali. And he said he's very talented. But then he also mentioned Deontay Wilder as well.
Well, in my opinion, Emanuel was a master at looking ahead. He was always trying to plan ahead. So he was always putting irons in other fires. He was putting irons in Deontay's fire, and he put irons in Tyson Fury's fire because he felt that there was the future boxing. So you know, he did something like a natural born businessman. He was putting the irons in the fire of both guys. If he was alive, he probably would have went after those guys, just like he went after
Lennox Lewis,
and all these other guys. You know, he was a master.
Got him.
Pardon me?
He went after Lennox.
Yeah.
Lennox pursued him. Lennox and VLADIMR pursued Emanuel because Emanuel had that reputation for salvaging. He was a salvager. He would take people when they were down and out, and he would turn them around.
Yeah, Uncle. But he did that. But the guys he salvaged and brought around, I'm not knocking Emanuel as a trainer, but he picked guys who are already world champions. Look at the guys.
Of course.
The guys crazy surrounding.
Of course. I mean, what was Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? These guys were coming along, so he didn't have to do that much. He was trying to do the same thing. He was a businessman. People don't know. Look, I was there with Emanuel Steward, 16, 17 years, and I knew the guy through and through, all right? The guy was a businessman. Yeah, he rolled up his sleeves. I'm calling a spade a spade. I know it's going to be people who knock what I say, but I'm talking about experience. I was there, all right? I was there in the front in his living room, all right? The guy was a businessman. Yeah, he rolled up his sleeves and did his thing with Tommy Hearns, Milt McCoy, who else? Dwayne Thomas, Jimmy Paul, you know, and Mike McCallum, those guys. But after that, he became a master at business. He was a master at looking ahead and seeing talent and saying, all I got to do is sprinkle a little water on that there and let that seed grow.
He was a consultant. That's
Look,
what he was.
in my personal opinion, Emanuel Steward was a better strategist than he was trainer.
Consultant.
He was better at strategies than he was at training. He had gotten above training. You see how he branched off into HBO and other things he was branching off into. Emanuel would call me on the phone. Say, for instance, Vladimir Klitschko got an opponent. He'd call me on the phone and say, okay, how are we going to beat this guy? How are we going to beat it? He said, sit down, look him over, look the tapes over, and that was my job, to observe the tape over and over and over and over and over again. And then I would deliver to him and say, all right, Emmanuel, this is, in my opinion, this is how to beat the guy. Then Emmanuel would critique. He wouldn't look at the tape. He would critique what I was telling him. He would critique it and say, yeah, I agree with you here, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to add this on. We're going to take that off, you know? And then we would go. That's how it was.
Wow.
You know? That's how it was. I mean, you figured, I mean, look, I was, 6, 7 years younger than Emmanuel. All right? 6 or 7 years younger. But he wanted me there. He wanted me there all of the time. So 6 or 7 months out of the year, I was living in Detroit. Most people thought I was from Detroit. But I was from New Jersey, you know? Nobody knew that then. Most people thought I was from Detroit. But he relied on me. He relied on me. One time, he put me out of the camp. He put me out of the camp in Florida. He was training Miguel Cotto. He was training Miguel Cotto, and he put me out of the camp. He told me to go home because we didn't agree. I was wearing the Precision Craft Boxing logo, and he didn't like that. Emanuel wanted to control the reins in every aspect, in every single aspect. And Jonathan Banks and Javen Hill knew what was going on. He knew there was they knew there was a tug of war between Emanuel. And Jonathan Banks and Javen Hill knew it. All right? He told me that I could not wear Precision Craft Boxing logos inside of the camp. No. I said, Emanuel. I said, dude, the people in here wearing Adidas, Nike, Puma. I said, well, I can't wear Precision Craft. He said, because it's a boxing organization. And I don't want that boxing organization conflicting with the Kronk organization. No, you can't wear it. I said, Emanuel, this is not right, man. I said, I'm trying to promote my own thing. I was getting jobs. I was getting contracts. Different people would call me to ask me to train their fighter. Come train this fighter. Train that fighter. So in my off time, when I wasn't doing nothing specific with Emanuel, I would fly to another part of the country and be training the fighter. And Emanuel didn't like that. Emanuel did not like that there. No. So he said, you here or you not here? Say, Emanuel, I got to wear my thing, you know. He said, all right, boy, go on back to New York. I got on the plane. Javen Hill picked me up from the house with Emanuel. Javen Hill picked me up, drove me back to the apartment. I packed my stuff. Next morning, I was on the plane back to New York. And guess what? 3 days later, Emanuel was on the phone. Goddamn motherfuckers don't know nothing about boxing. You got to get on the plane. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you wear. Wear wherever you want. Just come that fuck like that. I need somebody around me that know goddamn boxing. I said, goddamn, I need somebody here that know boxing. Goddamn, come on back down here now. And I came back, and guess what? Ever since then, I was wearing Precision Craft Boxing. Many of the pictures that you see, many of the pictures that you see with me and him in VLADIMR, I wore the Precision Craft Boxing inside the camp. I wore right inside VLADIMR's camp. I wore Precision Craft Boxing. Emanuel accepted it because Emanuel, at the end of the day, was a strategist and a businessman. He said, God damn it, I want you back here. I want you back. This is 3 days after I left. He said, I want you back here. Jonathan Banks was there. Javen Hill was there, but he said, I want you back here. In his words, God damn it, I want somebody here that know goddamn boxing. I want you here. God, I don't care what you wear. You can come back down here with your drawers on. I want you down here. That's all. I need somebody that know boxing. Jonathan Banks and Javen Hill were young guys. They were there. But that's what Emanuel said to me. And 3 days later, I was back in the camp.
Yeah, I know how he felt about you. I remember when we were playing pool the one time, me and Emanuel. I would play everybody in pool at the camp. And then me and Emanuel were playing, and he was talking about you. Because I don't think I knew. I didn't even remember your name. But I remember you had came and got me to spar with Kermit. Remember Tyrone Brunson?
Kermit Cintron.
Yeah, but Tyrone Brunson had broke count because Emanuel was trying to get him. And he could remember he was I think he was like 16-0, like 16 first round knockouts at that point. Something like that. But he broke camp, and y'all needed somebody to spar with Kermit, and I had already sparred with
I
him.
recall.
Yeah,
It was in Scott Run. It was at the Scott Run Caesars. I remember. Scott Run Caesars.
Yeah, the Caesars. Yeah.
Scott Run Caesars Poconos camp. Lennox Lewis camp.
Yeah, I like that camp.
I remember that. You know.
Yeah, and we were playing pool, and he was talking about you. I was like, yeah, the one guy came and got me to spar that today and this and that, and he was like, oh yeah, Bashir, you know, he's a good, you know, that's my guy, you know, like he was going on, and then we just kept playing pool, and I beat him bad. I beat him.
Look, I love the guy. The guy got on my nerves, and I got on his nerve. But I love the guy. You know, we got along, but we didn't get. We got along, but we didn't get along. We'd fight like cats and dogs. You know,
you weren't a yes man. You wasn't a yes man, Uncle. You wasn't a yes man.
No, I wasn't, and I'm never going to be a yes man. I'm never going to be a yes man. I drive for Uber before that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be a janitor before I do that there. I'm not going to do that there. I'm going to tell a guy, I'm going to tell a boxer what the boxer needs to hear and whether they like it or not. I got into a big thing with VLADIMR. I got into a big thing with VLADIMR over in Spain. You know, something that he was doing in sparring. And I said, man, that's not right. I said, you're going to mess around and you're going to get caught and you're going to wind up in your ass again. You know? I said, man, you ain't no ordinary white guy. I said, you a special white guy. Emmanuel went back and said, listen, he said, listen, you can't talk to the heavyweight champion of the world like that did. I said, huh? He said, you can't talk to the heavyweight champion of the world like that. I said, talk to him like what? He said, you're just talking crazy talk. I said, crazy talk like what, man? What are you talking about? So we got into a big hoopla about it, you know? And then I left the camp, and I got a call from VLADIMR, and VLADIMR said that he needed to talk to me. I said, okay. And then he questioned me about my loyalty. I said, what loyalty? What are you talking about? He said, VLADIMR's words to me was, I want to know that you are with me or you're not with me. I said, what are you talking about, man? I don't want you. What it was, I was training Shannon Briggs. I was training Shannon Briggs. So, in my opinion, someone in the KLITSCHKO camp said that when I start talking crazy like that there, it could be the influence of Shannon Briggs. And that I might go to Shannon Briggs and reveal, you know, VLADIMR's strengths and weaknesses. So VLADIMR came back to me and said, look, I just want to know whether you're with me or you're not with me. I said, of course I'm with you. What you talking about, man? I said, look, VLADIMR. And I said to VLADIMR, and this is the last time I heard it. I said, I can't be bought. All right? Ain't nobody buying me. I was training Shannon Briggs and VLADIMR Klitschko at the same time. I said, ain't nobody buying me. I would never trade on you. And VLADIMR Klitschko said to me, he said, that's all I wanted to know. So somebody, I don't know who, somebody led VLADIMR to believe that I could be bought, you know? And I didn't like that, you know? I thought that was a dirty, dirty trick. But that's the kind of shit that goes on in training camps. There's always somebody that's angling, always somebody that's scheming and plotting and lying and cheating, saying, you know, watch Bashir, blah, 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 because I was outspoken. I've always been outspoken, and I'm always going to be outspoken.
That's why we love you.
I'm not a bootlicker. I'm not a bootlicker for nobody, you know? I was with Usyk. Usyk said, hey, Usyk didn't call me on the phone and say, listen, I don't need your services no more. He texted me. I got a text from him. I never said a single word about it. He never said that I don't like this about you, I don't like that about you. He never said nothing like that there. He just said, hey, man, I don't need your services no more. I said, okay. It is what it is. I'm gone. I got my hat and jacket and I'm gone. Because I can get just as much satisfaction from training Stevie Upshaw and Eddie Chambers as I could from training Usyk. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm able to teach. You understand? So my love for boxing supersedes any particular fighter.
So,
you know?
so to come back to these gloves situation. I know Stevie UPSHER more of a case of it don't matter what gloves Wilder wears, don't make a difference. But on a very, I don't know,
Look, I
on a
just
level
told you,
playing field.
Ingram, I just told you. If they got a gripe about those gloves, all right, if they get a court order right now, get a court order right this single minute, and have a designated marshal to step in the ring and say, I want to take charge of those gloves and drop the gloves in a plastic bag right there in the ring when they finish boxing. I don't care about the results of the fight, the outcome of the fight. Take the gloves and put the gloves in a bag in the ring in front of everybody in the world. Put those gloves in the ring, both gloves, from Deontay and from Tyson. Put them in, and then file a suit against the commissioner and say these gloves are wrong. If they really strongly believe in what they're saying, they need to file a suit. If they don't file a suit, then they're just spitting at the wind.
But this is what I said would come. After this fight, there will be a lawsuit. That's my belief.
Okay, but the lawsuit, but let me tell you, Ingram.
Yeah.
Lawsuit without substance. They got to have proof. They got to take those gloves.
Yeah.
They got to get a court. They got to get a court order to take those gloves off those hands right inside the ring.
No,
because
really,
if they don't do, huh?
If they really feel like there's something wrong with those gloves, he can get hurt. If everybody around, you remember what Panama Lewis did?
Yeah.
Okay, so if everybody felt like it was like that right there, do you think that it would be going through?
Well, they had the second fight, didn't they? And the first fight. All apparently the same type of gloves.
Exactly.
But nothing ever came about it. No lawsuit. No clear evidence that something was wrong.
That
no
guy
proof.
was after that fight. That guy was messed up after that fight. So, like, you think that they would allow, like, Panama Lewis was barred forever from boxing. Like, so do you think that they would allow
not just Panama, but Jose Resto was barred from life for life too.
But those same gloves have been pulled up by the commission before. They got pulled up before. There was an investigation. Those same gloves. The week after the Fury Wilder second fight.
Okay, but what happened? Did anybody get sued? Did anybody get proven wrong? No.
Hold up. Let's see about this. Has anybody else ever used those gloves in a fight?
Yeah, I said the week afterwards.
No, I'm saying, has anybody else, any other fighters, any weight, have they ever used those gloves? I'm sure everybody used. I'm sure that the UK fighters use Paffin gloves. I'm pretty sure of that.
I don't know. But
Paffin gloves in Europe they're popular.
Yeah, I know. That's because I see it. Like when I'm watching those fights on Skybox or whatever, the Skyboxing or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like when I'm watching those fights, a lot of them have those on. Like, so I mean.
So Stevie,
are these gloves made specifically for Tyson Fury, and he's the only one that ever wore these, or is everybody else complaining about these gloves as well?
Well, the gloves are, for what it seems, are for Tyson Fury. They're fitted for Tyson Fury.
Oh, so they made a specific style for Tyson Fury.
It's what it would seem, because he's ordered the gloves.
That's another thing that I was telling Ingram. It shouldn't be allowed that a boxer can call up a manufacturer and order a special kind of glove. Saying, look, I want the gloves to concentrate on putting the cushion around my wrist or around my metacarpals or around my knuckles. No, you got a standard glove. We make a standard glove, and you do that shit. But it shouldn't be nobody should call up and doctor no gloves to adjust where the weight is on the gloves. That, I think, is illegal.
Stevie, if it was your fighter, and you come across those gloves in the gloves meeting with the commission, what would you do?
If I don't like the gloves and I feel like my fighter is unsafe, there's no fight. I guarantee you they'll get it fixed because everybody loses money if that happens. So get some different gloves in here. If not, no fight. Okay, no more talking. Come on, let's go.
Floyd Mayweather had
Go
a
up to
similar
our hotel
situation.
room and they'll get it done.
Floyd Mayweather had a similar situation with Maidana.
Yeah, and he didn't keep talking. He said what he said. They left. And, you know, he left. Leonard Ellerby and all them figured that out. Get it figured out. He ain't fighting in those gloves. So I don't know what y'all gonna do, but he ain't fighting in those. If he think he fighting in those, I don't know who he fighting.
So, the blame lies with Uncle.
They mandated right then. Mayweather said, "No, I'm not going to box in these gloves." All right, you got to either get some new gloves in here, or I'm not boxing. So everybody stood to lose boxing with in that venue right there because it was Mayweather.
Yeah.
You know, so this here fight is just as important, maybe not as important as Mayweather, but is a big time fight. I mean, this is the heavyweight championship of the world. So somebody should be held responsible for make sure. I mean, the world is watching. How could they take the gloves and cheat, and the whole world is watching?
Well,
so they need to have they need to have a videotape the gloves. Like I said, hire an attorney. Tell the attorney to put authorities in the ring, a marshal, and say, I want to take charge of those gloves when the fight is over. I want to take charge.
But this is the thing, though. The damage can be done if they don't stop it before that, if there's really something wrong.
Right. I'm just saying, if the fight goes through and nothing comes to the fact that they complained about the gloves.
Shut up. If the fight goes through, then shut up. Y'all took it. Y'all took the fight. Y'all know what the gloves are if they're messed up. Y'all knew what they were. So why okay, if
Stevie,
you go in there with the gloves, then shut up afterwards.
Are you happy with those gloves? Are you happy with those gloves, Stevie?
I don't see a problem with them. I've seen them before. I've seen other gloves like that.
Okay, Uncle Bashir, are you happy with those gloves?
I wouldn't like the thing is they gave me something like that when I fight Bayon Jargo. I said, oh man, these are like those gloves that Panama Lewis had. Like, so I gave them, I'm like, nah, I'll take the other ones because they gave me a choice of 2 pair in Atlantic City. They gave me a choice of 2 pair. And I didn't want nothing to mar my victory. Like when I got that victory over the undefeated fighter, I didn't want nothing to mar that victory, so I chose the other gloves. Do you know I got the ring and he had them gloves on? I'm like, wow, because there was no cushion in the knuckle part really.
Wow. So what's the effect? What effect does that have? Obviously, the difference between one with padding and one without padding. What's the difference?
You could feel the thud of the punch. You could feel the thud of the punch a whole lot more. Like he just felt so much stronger, like a punch. He felt like a true puncher. Like even when he was throwing little flurries, it was like solid. Like it just felt a little different.
So when they talk about Tyson Fury and Javon Hill talking about Tyson being a bigger puncher and stuff, would those gloves have any effect on Tyson's punching power for someone who's not noted to be a puncher in a heavyweight division?
Absolutely, because it just feels harder, like more solid. Like there's no cushion to it. It just feels more solid.
And what about the floppiness in the glove? Would the glove be floppy as well?
I don't get that. That's the way Tyson punches sometimes. He does that with the 16s on in the gym. I've seen it. He sometimes opens his hand and flicks it back like that. That makes it just that much longer, and he's gonna pop your face with it.
What about him being able to pull up his shorts with that?
Pull up his shorts?
Yeah, pull up your shorts. Surely how can you pull your shorts up if you got your hand in your glove like that? How can you pull your shorts up? Is that possible?
Ingram. We beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
It's a fight.
Exactly.
It's a fight. Deontay needs to tell her, okay, I want to use the same kind of gloves. Case closed. It's a fight.
Okay, fair play.
The playing field, the playing field ain't gonna be level. You got to make the best of a bad situation. Let me glove up. Let me find me some gloves that I'm suited with, where I can crack with, and let's come on. Let's crack. You bring it to me. I'm gonna bring it back to you. That's what fighters do.
And
That's
okay,
what fighters do.
like I said to someone yesterday, okay, say Tyson Fury is cheating. Say he's cheating.
Okay.
Okay, but wouldn't you at least see that, oh, Wilder's better, he's doing good, but you can see that cheating that he did, you can see that that's starting to take over. No, he didn't do anything good. He just got wiped out. Like, so where's that power? Where did that power go in that second fight? He never landed. He landed one time, he hit him with that right hand. Tyson walked through it, and it looked like that. As you seen, it looked like he's seen the ghost after that, and he just fell apart. Tyson walked through him.
I was gonna say to this point, by the way, congratulations, sir.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Hey, Steve, is there a flight that I can come to you right now, watch the fight tonight, and then come back tomorrow?
What's that?
Is there a flight?
Is it a flight? Is it a cheap flight that I can hop and come up to you and then come back tomorrow morning?
Yep, you fly Spirit Airlines.
Oh man, that's the most. Lord, Spirit Airlines. Oh Lord, Spirit Airlines, man. That's a tip.
They let you off. They let you off down the street. You got walk.
Isn't that a cheap ass airline? Spirit Airlines.
Spirit Airlines is oh my God, you know. I don't mean to get on nobody's problem with the airline people. I like the airline people, but the Spirit Airline, they need to straighten their game out. Was that $100 to come up to you, Stevie?
Who you got flying that plane? A crackhead?
Huh?
Who's flying that plane?
No, they got cheap flights. You know, I see 99.
Yeah, probably like 100,
Yeah, right?
100 something. Yeah.
I heard they gave those tickets away. They were giving those tickets away at the airport. That's why I heard about Spirit Airlines.
They pulled them back when they seen Bashir.
I should have thought about this morning. You know, I could have came up to you tonight, stay overnight, and come back in the morning. You know, probably gonna be a couple hours before I get up there.
Room at my house.
Yeah.
Where you was hiding cookies and stuff in there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
All right, guys. As you said, I think I'm flogging a dead horse here. We'll just wait and see how this develops. But I believe that we'll have more shenanigans before the night is out, for sure. For sure. There'll be more shenanigans tonight.
Fury in 5.
Fury in 5? Uncle Bashir? What do you think?
I don't want to call no rounds, and I'm not like I'm saying. When I chose Fury, I chose him with a. When I chose Fury, same thing when I chose Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. I said I chose Anthony Joshua, but I chose with a caution. I chose Tyson Fury to win this fight, but I do so cautiously because Deontay Wilder got that equalizer. And if he can get behind that jab and use it, that's all I would have been working on. I wouldn't have tried to teach Deontay new things, jabbing the body and all that stuff. I mean, at some point, it looked like Malik was training a super middleweight. I would have been more concentrated on landing this jab, how to land that jab effectively, to hide that right hand. I'd have worked the whole time, working the jab up and down like a paintbrush, and trying to land that right hand, and land the right hand anywhere. Not on the chin, not on the temple, land the right hand anywhere. And he's going to hurt him. He can hurt anybody with that right hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
he's got dynamite in that right hand.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think.
So
I think once Tyson takes one of them, he's gonna fall apart. Once the stuff doesn't work perfectly, how him and Malik drew it up, I feel like he's gonna lose confidence in it, and it's gonna revert back to, oh man, the last time I was in this situation, what happened? That's what I think.
I think we're going
I
to see a
would have
remodel Deontay Wilder. That's what I think.
What'd you say?
It'll be remodeled. I think Deontay's going to be remodeled for this fight. I think he's going to be remodeled. I think.
I said before.
Do you think he wins?
I haven't said one way or the other, and that's where I've left it.
I said before, if Deontay Wilder is heavier for this fight than he's ever been in his entire career, I said before, if he can carry that weight into the later rounds, should it go to the later rounds, I don't think it's going to go late round, but should it go to the later rounds, if he can carry that weight, he'll be in a better place to land that right hand because Fury is going to tire with all that weight on him. All right? I think Fury is going to gamble early and try to get Deontay out of there early. And if he doesn't, he's going to tire. So Deontay will be in a better place to land that right hand if he can carry that weight into the later rounds, 7, 8, 9 rounds.
Hey,
even though I don't think it's going to last that long, but should it last that long, Deontay Wilder will be in a better place to land that right hand if he can carry that weight. Because 200, what he going to come in, 240 pounds?
Yep.
238, yeah. Hey,
but he's going to be at 240, 242.
I keep hearing all this.
242 when he get in the ring.
I keep hearing all this if for Wilder. That's all. Even his fans, all I hear is if this happened, if this happens. Guess what? If my aunt had a dick, she would be my uncle, right? But that's just not the case. That's just not the case. You can't. They're not saying, oh, he could do this or he could do that. No, he has the power. He does have the power. But Tyson can take it somewhat. He's proved that. You know what I mean? He can't keep taking it, but he won't have to. Like, that's the thing. Like, he's coming. Maybe he'll get hit once coming in, and once he shakes it off and just keeps and getting and smothers them, I just don't see it. I don't see him doing anything different. He would have to be an anomaly. Like, there's no way that who just turns around as a whole different fighter. I heard somebody say yesterday he has to, use the angles and step to the left and hit him with four straight lefts or 4 left hooks or something, 4 lefts or something like that, like Lomachenko. So now,
somebody didn't know boxing. Somebody
don't know about boxing.
Yeah,
but remember,
I said Steve, now Wilder's Lomachenko. Oh, okay.
Steve, but the one thing we tend to overlook is that this fight is a year and a half since the last fight.
Doesn't matter.
So that's a year. Oh, come on,
it doesn't
Steve,
matter.
Of course, it's gonna matter. You can get a degree in that time. You can get a degree.
Yeah, but he did. But that's the thing is different in boxing. The degree is paper. Doing it, like, you go ahead and get put in that job and see how well you do. This is the thing. He hasn't got to apply it under pressure in front of a crowd, in front of a live opponent. He hasn't got to apply this stuff. He's in the best guy he had in sparring was Helenius, but he's not Tyson Fury at all.
Where they fighting at? Are they fighting at the edge? Or where? The AT&T?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. Wrong.
T-Mobile. Did they sell out? Did they sell out?
Wrong phone subscribers, Bash. Come on, it's T-Mobile.
Did they sell out? Did they sell out? Did they sell out?
I didn't hear that it sold out. No, I heard they were having trouble. You might see Joe and them ringside, like inside the gate. They're out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. His brother's talking to.
I think I'm gonna order the fight because it's a live undercard. I gotta see the undercard.
Yeah, it's good undercard as well. Damn good undercard.
I usually don't go in for pay per view, but that's a live undercard. That's a live undercard.
It's
gonna be a whole, like Lee Black used to say. Old man Lee Black used to say it's gonna be a whole lot of shaking going on in that ring tonight. Whole lot of shaking going on. They got heavyweights. Coming for the gate.
All heavyweights. A lot of knockouts tonight.
First and last.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that,
Gentlemen, thank you so much. I'm going to call it a wrap there. A wrap. How am I going with this?
That's all right. It's a wrap,
a wrap. Oh, stop.
Ingram's firing on all cylinders today.
Let me leave you right where it is before I start offending people. So
we're gonna change his last name to Hart. Ingram.
Guys, thank you all so much. Steve, as always, a pleasure. Uncle Bashir, thank you for the knowledge, and Steve as well for your knowledge. And I guess post-fight should be very interesting. Very interesting. Malik Scott is either going to be this.
What'd you say?
What?
I'll say Malik Scott is either going to be a savior or he's going to be something else.
We can't put this on Malik. Malik can help. Doesn't help. We can't put it on him.
A year and a half for a man, you can't say that can't help him. Come on, man. Come on, Stevie.
What?
A year and a half. A year and a half. And you can't change a fighter. Then that fight is useless.
But we don't.
A year and a half.
You can do whatever for a fighter. But when it comes down, under that pressure, when it comes down to it, under pressure.
But Steve, hold on. Wait. This is a guy who fought in the Olympics. This is a guy who's had 10 defenses of the title. I mean, come on. He's been under a certain degree of pressure. He's not a novice.
But not with this stuff. Like, he's learning new stuff. He's going to, like, under pressure, you're going to go back to what you know.
But, Steve, is he learning new stuff? Or is it stuff that's already there on tap?
Once he gets hit in that fight, once he gets hit, I don't care. It's just human nature. Human nature going to say, I've got to survive.
Yeah, but that's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury does the same thing when he gets hit. As soon as he gets hit, he reverts to type, which is to come and brawl and go roughhouse. So people say,
I wouldn't argue that. I would not argue that because it's human nature.
Exactly. So that's with everybody, not just with Deontay Wilder. Steve?
I'm not putting this on I'm not putting this on Malik.
I'm not. You can't put it on Malik? No.
I'm not putting this on Malik.
Why I can't put it on Malik? Why can't
because it's a situation where he didn't make this situation. He's not. He was thrust into this situation.
He's been there.
But I mean, you can't give him credit if he wins.
Exactly.
Can't give him credit if he wins.
Exactly. Tell you, Uncle.
He don't get no credit if he wins.
Yes,
you gotta be in it. You gotta be in it.
No, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
No.
You can't have it both ways. Look, the bottom line is Malik Scott trained Deontay Wilder. Both of their asses is on the line when that bell rings tonight.
That's it.
And I'm sure, and I know Malik, and you know Malik, and I know Malik will say, "Hey, my ass is on the line." You know, I'm going in with my fighter.
That's it.
I'm going in with my fighter.
Hey, listen, Steve, if you train a fighter for a year and a half, if you had a year and a half to if I paid you to look after my African fighter for a year and a half, right, in the big fight, I left you with him for a year and a half, and you can't turn that son of a gun around, then you're a useless trainer. Straight up, useless. A year and a half, you can't turn a fight around.
But you know what? I think. I think that in any atmosphere, a trainer and boxer got to click. They got to click to get something done. Me and Stevie, we click. Hey, look. Win, lose, look. Officer, can I talk?
Go ahead, sir.
Me and Stevie click. Win, lose, or draw, me and Stevie click because we on the same page throughout training. Exactly. Throughout training, we always, when we go to that ring together, I feel confident in Stevie because I know Stevie's gonna go in there. I know he's gonna listen to me. I know he's gonna listen. I know I ain't gonna have to shout and all that shit. I ain't gotta do that with Stevie because we always be on the same page. When I'm working with Eddie Chambers, when we go to, I'm always on the same page with him. You know, I just wish that I had got with them earlier in their careers.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. I think that would have made the difference. It would have made a big difference if I had came in, but I came in late in their careers, you know? And it's not a lot that you can do late in the career, you know?
But
everybody is not.
Malik and Wilder have a very close relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But Malik is coming in. Malik is coming in late. He's coming in late in his career.
But he's had a year and a half to work on him. A year and a half.
A year and a
year and a half.
A year and a half to change.
Post loss. So Malik got to gather a lot. Malik got to gather a lot. He's coming in training him post loss.
Okay.
Not pre loss, post loss.
Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall, and Emmanuel brought him in and changed him round.
Right, but Emmanuel been training fighters all along. This is Malik's time, first time out the gate. It's different, man. It's different.
He's still a year and a half. Still a year and a half, Uncle. That weight, like the weight he's got on now, Deontay, he didn't pack it on in 3 months. He's had a year and a half to put that on.
It'll help, but I just think that he's going to hit the ground harder.
Steve, if I gave you a fighter for a year and a half to work with, are you telling me you can't make changes and you can't make improvements? Exactly. And how much improvement does Wilder need to do to get the knockout?
This is what I'm saying, though.
All right, Stevie, how you gonna watch? How you gonna order the fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fight.
How do I order it? How do I go to order it?
Same way you order any pay-per-view.
You're wrong, Stevie, man. You said all that time, Stevie.
No, I'm just saying. No, I don't know what channel. I don't know what thing is. I haven't.
I'll find out. Thanks a lot, man.
Cheers, Steve.
I have the undercard, but I guess ESPN pay-per-view.
But Steve, do you understand my point? You've got a year and a half to work with a guy.
I understand you, but this is what I'm saying is like I understand you should be able to make them a different fighter, but
of course adjustments.
But
yes.
But one thing in a year and a half you can't change is their nature. So their natural, like they're going to revert back. That's what I mean. Like Malik can't change that in a year and a half. What he might revert back to once he gets hit a bunch of times, he's going to revert back to what he used to be pre-Malik. That's what I'm talking about. Malik is going to make him a different fighter.
All right. Hey, England, you know what? You notice England.
Yes.
You notice something?
What's that?
When Stevie came on, the whole network cleared up.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
There's no static.
It tells you something, doesn't it?
I'm like a dryer sheet.
I'm not experiencing any. Last time Stevie was there, it was static, but no static this time. None whatsoever.
Interesting. Stevie,
so we got to try this again.
Thank you so much, both of you. I love you both, and congratulations again, Stevie.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and I'll join you soon, as they say. Uncle Bashir, see you soon, and I'll see you.
All right, Stevie, I'll catch you later. I'll give you a call later, Stevie.
All right, Bash.
I'll give you a call later. All right.
Yep.
Gentlemen,
England, this is my man. Stevie's my man. That's my main man.
I know.
Steve is my main man. I love him to death, man.
I want to show y'all
my guys, man.
I want to show y'all my wife and mom to be and my little daughter. We're at her horse show.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations to you. Congratulations.
She's about to ride.
What?
Congratulations.
Whoa. Let me see how. I don't see that. Where I see.
What?
Let me see she got a big stomach?
Huh?
We will.
She got a big stomach?
Oh, well, it's a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
Oh my God. Steve, you've been having sex?
Huh?
You've been having sex?
Uncle, go talk to the pastor. Man.
Oh man. Stevie, I didn't. Oh man. You've been doing that? All right. I ain't got any more questions.
Gentlemen, thank you so much, as always.
All right,
I can't believe that you've been doing that, Steven. I can't believe you've been doing that.
This guy is unbelievable.
Guys, thank you so much and take care.
Later. Ingram, I'll call you before fight time.